I've had a few green days in a row this week, but my execution has been a little like subpar. I've been scared during a trade or have a little bit of anxiety by watching the charts a little bit too much and not just going by alerts, alerting me to get out of the trade, either for take profit or for a stop loss. So I'm going to show two different trades, 2 different days. One was yesterday, one was today. There's 4 trades altogether. And in the trades, I'm just going to simply show how I could have just stayed in my original trade instead of taking a loss and then getting back into that trade for a win. So I did like double the work and the execution was just not there. So this is May 7th. I got into a trade at 7:55 to 8:08. It was a put. That means that I was betting on the market going down. And this is based off of the 5-minute opening low. So here's the low. This is the 1-minute chart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the high. After this 1-minute candle broke the 5-minute low, I got into the trade on this candle. So it broke the low. I get in on this retest. It retests perfectly, rejects, closes down here. I'm in this trade at 7:55 and 57 seconds. There was only 3 seconds left. I get into the trade. My stop loss is this white line up here. You could see that there's wicks above. You see the wicks that are going above, but never a candle closing. Actually, you never see a candle closing at all until way over here until 8:40. But the 8:02 candle or 8:01 candle, I added to my position, which is outside of my plan. I normally get into a position, and then when it comes to my profit, I just get out. I have dibbled and dabbled in trying to add to my position or scale out and scale in to trades. Like this is one of those particular moments, and I'm going to explain what my feelings were and what happened after I did. I get in on this 8:01 candle, add to my position while it is already a winner. So I'm trying to win more. It goes down to my take profit, doesn't close below, it hits it. But at this point, I've just added more to my position. So I'm thinking to myself, let's just hold it because this is already a down day. It's rejecting off of this 5-minute. And to the left, I'll show you. This is the day that I'm trading. There's this huge green candle during the aftermarket. So I set my take profit to be this 558.79. And then me adding to my position, I feel like I was just not enough. I got to be honest. I think I got into this trade thinking that it was going to go down. And when it didn't go down further, I held on to it until it got to 808. This green candle scared me out of the move. And not only was it still under the 5-minute low, but it was nowhere near my initial stop loss. So I exited the position here for a 10% loss. Then at 811, right over here, I entered the position again. I regretted just getting out when this candle closed below and this next candle shot all the way down. That told me I made a mistake. I've seen this candle retest. This one fell below, so I got in at 811, so that's this candle, and I got out on this candle when it broke through. 813 is when I got out. I just traded outside of my plan by adding to my winner. I'm not used to that, so that threw me off. What I mean by throwing me off is because I added in, it created a larger loss as it ran against me. So if I would have just stayed with trading the plan and trust the process, meaning allow my stop loss to get me out of the trade instead of adding into the trade and creating another level that I have to manage, I think I would have been better off not doing that. Obviously, the trade worked in my favor. It was a 25% win and a 10% loss. But that just tells me if I would have just stayed in the trade, it would have been a really big gain. So that is the results of not trading the plan and trusting the process. When you don't do those two things, you have low probabilities. Low probability trades turn into not trusting your process, over trading, revenge trading. It leads into slow bleeding of your actual trading career. The statistic is 90% of all traders end up failing, and that is because not a lot of discipline and sticking with the plan. And emotions are going to be normal. I've watched videos before, they were like, you just got to be a robot. That's impossible, at least for myself. Let me just speak for myself. So you can't take emotions out of it 100%, but what you can do is have a firm set of rules, a guideline that you go by and stick to that. I don't only trade the 5 minute break and retest. It's a great strategy. Plus, it fits in a good time frame for me to be able to trade. I also trade the pre market low and high and the previous day low and high. It's always going to be a break and retest. The point is, trade your plan, trust the process, and allow it to unfold, because as soon as you hit that button to get into the trade, you can't do anything about it but stick to the plan. So with that, I'm actually going to end the video. I know I didn't touch on the QQQ trade, but it got into the trade, got out of the trade for a loss, got back into the trade within minutes, and then won. That one was a wash practically. The SPY just so happened, it was a big push, and within that 2 minute, I caught a nice move. But if I wouldn't have gotten out, it would have been even a better gain. But it's more about the execution. This is the money will come. The execution is what's going to keep you in it. So yeah, I'm going to end the video on that. Thanks for watching if you got this far, and if you have, like and subscribe. Throw me a comment. Let me know how I can make these videos a little bit better. Please don't talk about the lighting. I know. Forehead is shining right now. I'm out.